Lewis Hamilton is one of the world's highest paid athletes, and with a net worth of over $250 million, he has to spend it somewhere. The 7-time world champion's life revolves around racing, but his financial life is much more complicated than most people realize. So let's take a closer look at the British investors and business ventures. We think of dominant athletes like LeBron James, Lionel Messi, and Roger Federer, all of whom are generational athletes whose prime years seem to last forever. Lewis Hamilton has had a similar run, staying at the top of his game long after winning his first world title in 2008. Well, let's ignore 2022 for a second. Hamilton's racing success also earned him millions of dollars, making him not only the highest paid driver in Formula One, but also the 8th highest paid athlete in the world. Hamilton has spent the majority of his life following the path of racing, and there is no doubt that he has a strong passion for the sport. But here's a fascinating fact. Hamilton's interests are not limited to automobiles. He is also a real estate tycoon. He, like many other well-known drivers, owns a large number of condos, mansions, and other types of residences around the world. In comparison, Hamilton's investment in real estate is absolutely mind-boggling. Real estate, in fact, accounts for half of Hamilton's net worth. The first is his London mansion, which was built in 1860 and is valued at around $25 million. In addition to the mansion, the British driver owns exotic apartments and penthouses in New York, Geneva, and Monaco. Then there's the $30 million he put into the Granada Resort. The land was given to Lewis as part of a 4-year tourism campaign to help it become the face of the island where his grandfather lived. Lewis, however, isn't just interested in real estate. Many F1 fans are aware that Hamilton does not hold back when it comes to expressing himself. He has used his platform as the only black driver in F1 history to advocate for racial equality, as well as other causes such as LGBTQ+ equality and environmental concerns. But this is not an isolated incident in the world of Formula One, which is moving towards a more sustainable future. Nonetheless, Hamilton has recently made a number of green business investments. Lewis made a 2021 investment in Athletic Greens, a company that makes plant-based nutritional powder. The firm is seeking outside investors for the first time since its inception over a decade ago. Actor Hugh Jackman, model Cindy Crawford, musician Steve Aoki, and Lewis Hamilton are among those who have invested. Hamilton said in a statement that he's excited to support and invest in Athletic Greens and that he drinks it every day. Lewis also joined legendary musician Questlove and tennis champion Roger Federer as an investor in Notco, a vegan food tech company, the same month. Last year, the company was founded with the primary goal of entering 3 plant-based market categories: dairy, meat, and eggs. The food tech startup distinguishes itself from its competitors by using Giuseppe, a specialized AI technology, to replicate animal products, perfecting the taste, texture, and cooking ability of the plant-based alternatives. Lewis Hamilton is also interested in fashion, and with his team Mercedes and a multi-year partnership with clothing brand Tommy Hilfiger, it was easy for the Brit to strike a deal with the company. In the spring of 2018, Lewis was named a Tommy Hilfiger's men's brand ambassador, representing the Hilfiger collection, Tommy Hilfiger tailored, and Tommy Hilfiger menswear, underwear, and swimwear. Tommy Hilfiger, who admires Hamilton's achievements in Formula One, has taken notice of Lewis. I've always admired Lewis's incredible endurance during the race, as well as his unique style off the track, which speaks to the new generation of Tommy guys. He has built his incredible career as a racing driver with passion, dedication, and extremely hard work, values that I embraced when founding my brand. We have a history with Formula One, and this partnership builds on our heritage of collaborations within the world of motorsport. Lewis spoke about his role as a global ambassador for the company and the importance of fashion in his daily life. I believe in the power of fashion and innovation to celebrate individuality and break conventions like Tommy Hilfiger. Tommy's designs inspire me to be bold in every outfit that I put together outside of the racing track, expressing my creativity and eclectic style with confidence. I'm very excited to partner with such a visionary brand. Although the F1 grid has not always been regarded as one of the most fashionable in sports, Hamilton has been leading the charge to change that perception. Every time he graces a track, he arrives dressed in a different, more daring outfit than the last, making it difficult to tell whether it's race week or fashion week. His outfits have always caused controversy and division among F1 fans. Some argue that Hamilton's antics are inappropriate for a sport as refined and professional as Formula One. Hamilton has some words for them. Anyone can wear whatever they want. There will be people that don't understand it, but that's okay. Hopefully, they'll eventually go through the opening their mind phase and let people be who they want to be. And while Lewis admits that the fashion industry is vastly different from Formula One, he still wishes to express himself freely. It's a much different world naturally to F1. F1's obviously not focused on that, and it's obviously very corporate. There is no fashion, actually, in F1. I love that environment where I'm able to express myself. I now do that on the racetrack, and I feel free to be able to do so. Hamilton also discussed his approach to finding his footing in fashion and design in 2018, claiming that his Formula One experience aided him, but also emphasizing the steep learning curve he will face. I've been successful in my racing career, and I know what it takes to be good at something. If I apply myself the way I have in my racing career to other things that I love, I think I can do pretty well. But I also acknowledge that I have a steep learning curve. As a result of his reputation as one of the greatest drivers of all time, Lewis has received numerous offers from reputable companies. In 2016, the driver was named the new global spokesperson for L'Oréal Men, a cosmetics company specializing in skincare, sun protection, makeup, perfume, and hair care. Bose, Police, and IWC watches have also sponsored and appointed him as an ambassador. Although the deals are always kept under wraps, they pay him extremely well, with the partnerships generating more than $10 million in annual revenue. However, in recent years, Lewis Hamilton's most exciting investments have been his cars. The British man's car collection is exclusive and expensive, with machines such as the Mercedes-AMG 1, McLaren P1, and a 1967 Shelby Cobra among the most expensive. The 7-time world champion also capitalizes on his collection's increasing value. He sold his Pagani Zonda 760LH earlier in January this year, pocketing millions in the process. Hamilton made an €8.6 million profit after selling the car for $10 million after purchasing it for $1.4 million, according to the Italian magazine Quattroruote. The car was built specifically for Hamilton many years ago, hence the LH at the end of the name. According to reports, Hamilton sold the car for ethical reasons and will only drive hybrid or electric cars in the future. However, the profit from the sale could not have gone unnoticed. His collection is estimated to be worth more than $20 million, making it one of the world's most exclusive private car collections. Lewis Hamilton, unsurprisingly, has also entered the world of motorsport, forming his own team in the Extreme E Series. The X44 initiative, named after Lewis's racing number, aims to provide opportunities for the next generation of drivers, engineers, and technicians while raising awareness for the world's most pressing issues. Rather than driving himself, Lewis leveraged his position as the founder to build a dedicated and competitive team. Dakar driver Cristina Gutierrez, the first Spanish female driver to finish the race in the car category, was joined in the 2021 lineup by the legendary Sebastian Loeb, the most famous rally driver of all time. The team finished second in the Extreme E Electric Off-Road Racing Series inaugural season, losing on countback to Nico Rosberg's team, Rosberg X Racing, possibly giving Lewis flashbacks to 2016. Lewis Hamilton was unquestionably rewarded for his achievements as the greatest F1 driver of all time, and one of the most successful athletes in the world. We've seen the 7-time world champion branch out into other industries in recent years, carving out a name for himself in the business world. What are your thoughts on Lewis Hamilton's business ventures? And do you believe they divert his attention away from Formula One? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below.